This is the video demonstration for the Packet Tracer simulation software. So first thing I will do is to open the Packet Tracer file. I have it here. Okay, so I think the version I have, Packet Tracer has different versions. You have an option in your netaka.com. You can see it on your landing page where to download the Packet Tracer. It comes in versions. What I have here is a version 7.3.0. I think this is the latest one. There's a new one, a version 8, but I've seen a message that it's still on the beta stage. So better, I think, to use just this one, 7.3. So this white area here is your work area, and Packet Tracer in the work area has um two interface. You have the logical. This is where we can put in our network devices. This is the interface where we would work a lot, and then we also have here the uh, physical area. So and then I'll just focus on this demonstration on this logical part here, logical mode. Usually we create here logical diagrams. Okay, and then also be able to configure our network devices, so on and so forth. So um, uh, we have here on this left side, left bottom side, our dashboard. So I have here my network devices. This is the router. Then we have here a switch, and then the hub, and then a wireless device, and then we have here security devices, and then the one emulation, the cloud. So if you were to insert a network device, place it in your work area, just need to drag it on the work area. Okay, routers comes in models. So these are the models that Cisco router has. Okay, so we have 4331, 4321. I think this one, the ISRs are the latest ones. Okay, but I remember version, I think version 5, version 6, those these 29 series are the ones commonly used. So there, so if you were to work on with routers, uh, usually these are again activities you deal with in computer networks. Okay, that's how you insert this. Okay, so I'll just have a simple setup here. Okay, if you want to delete, no, what I'm doing now is to like just highlight the device and then press delete. Then yes. So I'll just have a simple setup. Okay, in order to just show you how to create a simple logical diagram here in the Packet Tracer. So I have my router now, 4321 series, and then let's say I'll connect a switch, okay, and then PC. Let's say I'll have uh, three PC. I think most of you are in senior high, okay, and you're about to take your college degree. Um, so there's one field we call, let's say, a network engineer, network administrator, also systems administrator, also let's say security engineer. You will you have to have an in-depth knowledge and skills in computer networks, and this is a very good tool to really understand data flow, really understand network design, really understand how to connect our devices, our computers, and nowadays our other devices, peripherals like tablets, printers, scanners, cameras, so on and so forth. And we can do it here in our Packet Tracer. So let's say we want to connect all of this. We need a cable. This lightning symbol, that's for the cable. There's this like you need to know these different types of cable. So like about straight through and crossover, so on and so forth. So let's say I'll use straight through. I'll connect this PC, this fast Ethernet port going here to the switch, and then just choose any one of the Ethernet port. And then again, choose one, okay, and then there, okay. And I'll choose another fast Ethernet and go here. As you notice, there's like these different port labels. There's these different cable types, network devices. These are the ones being discussed in the CCNA. Okay, so these are also things a network engineer, network admin, those job positions I mentioned a while ago that you need to be familiar with. Okay, so that's why um, this. kinds of positions, they really earn a lot. Well, because they know a lot. Okay, they have this really they have widened their knowledge and skills in the CCNA program, and this packet tracer simulation tool definitely help them uh, land in these kinds of career. So for switch to router, let's say we use this also straight through, choose any fast ethernet going here. Okay, that's how it is. Okay, so now I have here a simple topology. Okay, so um, next, okay, I'll have a simple connection, just on the side of the PC and on these three PCs here. So what I will do is to like assign an IP address. So in order for these three computers to connect, very important is to assign an IP ad. So let's say I'll just have this random assignment. So I've assigned 192.168.10.2 for PC 0, and desktop is, let's say, 192.168.10.4. And then for this one, say desktop IP config, and then go here 192.168.10.6, and then go there. So, and then I will ping. So I'll go to the command prompt. Okay, so like if you notice in this computer, by the way, so like it has these different tools which are seen in the desktop tab. So this is where you set up IPs. The very important ones are the IP config, the terminal. Okay, this is where you configure the device, and then the command prompt, and then also there is uh, an icon here that represents the browser of the of the computer. So I'll go to command prompt. I'm doing the connection, test connection. So let's say I'll ping. I forgot the IP. So let me first go back. Say 10.4. So I'll ping that one. So 192.168.10.4, and then enter. And then there's a reply. Okay. So like in here, good thing here with the packet tracer is you'd be able to like really understand how you connect computers, and what are those components you really need to know in order for them to be connected, to be network. And also, good thing here is again, we call it that this is a simulation tool, be able to really identify um, how to test if they are indeed connected. Okay, so that is again the beauty of this packet tracer simulation tool. Uh, Cisco developed for its computer network, cybersecurity, and IoT um, programs. So also, okay, as I think mentioned, that also this packet tracer is used to set up our network devices. Okay, so if you notice, this I have a red one here, no? Well, because routers, for that to function, you need to set it up. So like to set up the router, let's have a console. So usually we need to like connect our computer, uh, a computer to the router for it to be configured. Okay, so let's use this console port here, and then let's choose one PC. We use this one, RS232, and then we go here to the PC and we choose terminal, and then okay. Okay, so this is the iOS environment. Okay, it's an operating system of Cisco devices. So like first thing to answer here is no, and then enable, conf-t. So these commands, being familiar with the commands is not an agenda of this webinar. Motivating you to um, be a network engineer or a network administrator, and showing you what are those skills uh, that are out there for these kinds of position. That is the main idea or agenda of this webinar. Um, Also giving you an insight that, hey, again, with the setup we have right now, that we are in an online setup. Yes, if you want to be if you want to learn about becoming a network engineer, network administrator, and other job positions related to that, you can do it online. Well, the beauty is because all activities and you need to learn, it's you can do it here in the Packet Tracer. Okay. Um, Although there are those who would say that really they still need to have an actual lab environment. Mapua has worked on it. We do have in Mapua a VPN lab setup where students can access a real network devices, a real switch and a real router. This is again not a real switch and a real router. It's a simulation tool like this one. This is not the actual iOS. It's just it simulates the iOS. But still, the way this works is same to how an iOS works. The only difference is that the command. Okay. Let's say if you want to study more on the CCNP side, um, there may be commands. Okay, CCNP is like the next level for Cisco Cisco certification networking program. There are commands that may not be supported by the packet tracer. Okay, so uh, like I want what I will do is to set up an IP address here. So I'll go to the G0 0/0/0 and then I'll set up an IP ad, say 192.168.10.9 and then 255.255.255.0 and then no shot. And there, okay, it's now in green, which indicates that it's connected. This one is orange. We just have to click this fast forward icon here. And um, let's, you can also, there's an option here also of checking connections by using this simple PDU icon. So we send a packet, let's say from this PC going here to this router, and there's also an indication here. Although I forgot something, usually if there's a router, you need to set up an IP address here, and that IP ad is the one we set up in the router, okay, in the router, which is 10.9. So let me do that, say 192.168.10.9. And there, okay. Also, by the way, you can also like configure the router by just clicking the router and go to the CLI, command line interface tab. And there, that's also the same interface of the router. Okay, there. On the network devices tab, we have the CLI, which again shows the iOS environment. um, in the config tab, be able to see the different components that the router has, like its interface, switching and routing. And then usually these routers, these network devices has modules or sort of a card we insert on these network devices. For us to see that, we go here, physical, okay? And then these are the different attributes that this router has. So I think that's um, enough already for our session. Okay. Um, I hope you find this glimpse of what a packet tracer can do is interesting. Okay. I hope you find this interesting. I hope you are already motivated enough to really push through to this kind of career. Um, and I hope I have convinced you that yes, if you want to like be in an IT career, specifically into like a career related to computer network or in cybersecurity, okay, or even in IoT, is Cisco is ready for that. Okay, there are learning modules that Cisco has, and it has already available tools just like this Packet Tracer. And this ends my video demonstration, and I'd like to thank you for listening.